Yes, I'm ranking every Pixar movie. You better subscribe because my opinion on these movies won't be easy. Before we start, I want to get clear that my ranking is from the first Pixar movie to the last one because it's really hard putting all these movies in order of opinion. Whatever, let's start. Okay, I feel like you guys already know my opinion on this movie, but I'm going to do it for the video anyway. This movie is better than Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm serious. Maybe it's the weakest one in the franchise, but when I watch it I enjoy myself in a good way. Recently I did my review on this movie, but I'm going to do it again, in a short way. That video was too long. This is about toys coming to life, and you know they have adventures outside their owner's room. Their owners can't see them move because their owner is like us. Their owner is called Andy. He has a favorite toy called Woody. Then when this Buzz Lightyear toy steps up and is Andy's favorite toy now, Woody is jealous. The thing is that Buzz does actually think he's an astronaut. A bunch of things happen, and while those things happen Buzz learns he can't fly. Sometimes it's sad that Buzz couldn't fly, but at the end he did fly. Yeah, it's confusing to me too. I don't really have time to talk about this movie, so next one. So this movie is really good. It's as good as Toy Story, and this movie is better than Ants. The plot is simple. So there's this flick bug that's an inventor that just wants to help, but he just makes things worse all the time. So he wants to find some circus bugs to fight the grasshoppers. After a few minutes he realizes that they're circus bugs, not warrior ones, and he's scared to tell the other bugs. Of course there's other characters, but I'm too dumb to talk about them. He comes up with this fake bird to eat grasshopper. It all works out until they figure out Flix was telling some kind of lie. Then a real bird eats the grasshopper, and that's a bug's life. I would have more detail in the characters like Princess Ada or Dot or maybe even Francis, but I'm too dumb for that, so go watch it in an illegal website if you don't have Disney Plus. Before I get to the next movie, let me do a short opinion. The movie's, like I said, as good as Toy Story, and it's kind of like Toy Story but with a lot of differences. So yeah, this movie is great. Now get me out of this bug pain. Firstly, thanks for so many views on the review. Secondly, this movie is the best Pixar movie. If you're guessing which is the second, well, it's the first Toy Story. Anyways, I feel so annoyed to do like the review again. I know ranking, so thank God I didn't review any more movies from the Pixar list. So this movie follows the adventures of Woody and Buzz again. They're both friends now. So Andy is supposed to bring Woody to cowboy camp, but his arm broke while Andy was playing with his toys. Anyways, this whole yard sale thing happens and Woody gets in it, and this adult called Al, which owns his own toy shop called Al's Toy Shop, went to Woody, but the mom says no because that's a family toy. She locks Woody up and Al is very annoyed by that. So Al figures out how to unlock where Woody, and Al puts him with the rest of the cowboy group. Wait, a cowboy group? Yes, somebody in China wants the collection, but with Woody in it. Woody also discovers how much he's worth. He's a rare toy. Now I would continue the plot, but the little problem is I don't want to say it because when I have a video all about it too, I've wrote a lot, but for a short opinion, okay. So like I said, we're on a good path or whatever, so yeah, I wish the most for Monsters Inc. to also be as good as Toy Story 2. Okay, next. Okay, I haven't reviewed this one yet, but it's amazing. So there's this world of monsters, and two of all those monsters are called Mike and Sully. Mike is Sully's best friend and his trainer, you know, to scare kids, but you'll see that the monsters are scared of the humans. Anyways, if you want to know how Sully and Mike met each other, well, watch Monsters University. Okay, so the boss of the monsters is a giant spider, and his favorite scarer is Sully, or should I say Sullivan. Anyways, you might be thinking, how do they scare? Well, they scare with not portals but doors. So these doors are doors to the children's closet. So well, Sully finds a door at night, and he opens it when a child pops up. This child is called Boo. Sully is very scared of her. Anyways, Mike is having a date while Sully is going to the restaurant that Mike's having the date. Everything becomes a mess until Boo and Sully like each other as friends. This is the point where Sully puts a name to the little girl. She's called Boo. Yes, we never know what's her real name, so I guess for a few minutes Sully hides Boo until the giant spider discovers it and throws Sully and Mike to another door, and now they can't escape, but there's someone called the Abominable Snowman. Mike stays there while Sully goes and gets back to the monster world, and he finds Randall. Randall is like another villain. We get more of him in Monsters University. Anyways, there's all this door chase or whatever. They get Randall in a door and they break that door, while the big spider goes to jail and Sully says bye to Boo. I am not crying, you're crying. This movie is no doubt the golden age of Pixar. Maybe even better than Toy Story 1. Nah, just kidding, there will never be a movie like Toy Story 1. Okay, next. Oh, and also at the end of the movie Mike's back. So we're 5 minutes right now and I just want to thank Pixar for these golden age movies in my opinion. Now let's start. Okay, Finding Nemo. This one I just want to say is a classic. So there's this overprotective fish father that doesn't let his son go to school until one day. This day is a pretty bad day and it gets into a terrible one when this father loses his son. This father is called Marlin. He's going to travel the whole ocean just to find his son Nemo with help of Dory, the most annoying character ever. Well, the whole movie are just short episodes of them building up to where Nemo is. The first one is Marlin meeting Dory, then the shark episode. After that a few more episodes until, like I said, the real rest of the story. I could cut those episodes from the movie, but no, because all those episodes are really important in the movie. While Nemo is with a tank gang which also try to escape from the tank. I guess Nemo is just surrounded by these weirdos, but it all works out. So Nemo and Dory get there with a pelican, but they realize that Nemo wanted to go to the toilet so he could go back to the sea. It's sad, but they reunite. I loved this MVIE of how much of everything happened. It was, is, and will be a classic for generations. I am not crying, you're crying. Next movie. This movie immediately stopped me from watching Pixar movies, so I'm never reviewing this one, not even for a ranking. I did do a video on my channel of it, but that's the only mention of the first Incredibles movie in this channel. Well, also this one. Okay, next. Fine, I'll talk about The Incredibles. So this movie is about two superheroes that become boyfriend and girlfriend, then after they're married. I'm talking about Mr. Incredible and Elastic Girl. They have kids and they have an adventure that's boring, at least for me. So Mr. Incredible hates his life and wants his superhero life back, and these guys want him to be back. And he obviously says yes, and acting normal and romantic in his house while that happens. I don't want to talk about this movie. The children have superpowers. One of them has super speed, and the other one has force field and invisibility. There's also Mr. Incredible's friend, which is Frozone. Bruh, this movie is too boring to continue talking about. Next movie. Okay, let's start this one. This movie is nearly as good as the early golden age of Pixar. Maybe it is, but I'm not the perfect Cars fan you're looking for. So there's this car called Lightning McQueen that doesn't care about anyone but him, so he gets trapped breaking a road. Also, while he's going to his next car racing game nonsense, he meets cars, he fixes the road, blah blah blah. The movie's message is caring about more people, not just yourself. He really is a jerk. After a few days of being there, he's used to there and helps and is kind to those other cars. I could do a video of this movie, but I honestly never paid attention of how good it was. So good job, Pixar. The movie Cars makes me proud of what you achieved in that moment, but I'm not going to finish this part of the video I just started. I haven't even mentioned any more characters, so let me just get this straight. Lightning McQueen is a car that just cars of himself and two other cars got a tie, so they're going to do another race. While doing that race, everything goes bonkers and he destroys a small town's road. A few problems happen. He thinks one of the cars is going to help him go back to his racing place, and also gets friends with this car called Mater. This movie is great, and he realizes that caring only about himself is bad, and those cars help him in the race, but instead of winning he helps another car that got broken instead of having fame. Well, Lightning McQueen already got the fame because he helped a car. Okay, now help me from this car nonsense. Next movie.